Hey there, folks. Thought I'd come back at you with another one for the evening to discuss boycotts and how they're useful, how they are legal as long as they're kept legal. So, boycotts are a way, obviously, to protest via capitalism. Okay, hit them in the pocketbook, basically. And while some people like to say that it is illegal or that it's anti-American or anti-capitalist and all communist, it didn't really stop them from having the same issue when it came to Target and Budweiser when they did outreach to transgendered the transgender public. So, with that said, though, I will state that vandalism is destruction of property. Okay, that is a crime. Don't destroy what you don't own. But I digress. In the case of the protest, though, just like any protest, you need to go all in. You can't go in halfway. As a boycott, you have to go all the way in it. You don't just do a little bit of it and then ignore the rest. All right. Now, I do understand that there are some aspects that are more integrated in our lives than others, like Facebook. Meta is more integrated in our lives than we would like to admit. We are not necessarily addicts to it. It's just become part of normal life. That itself should surprise you as being kind of dangerous. I mean, we did have once a competitor called MySpace. Had there remained a competitor, then there would have been an alternative to go to. But I digress. Things like Facebook, Instagram, Threads, you might have to disassociate yourselves with these things because they are meta products. Oculus Rift. Now, in the case of Facebook, I know it's also a means of communicating with family and being able to stay in communication. Now, in the case of Facebook, you can disable your account. You don't have to, delete it. You can disable it. That allows you to continue to have access to Facebook Messenger to be able to communicate with friends and family, and that way they can continue to reach you. But you're no longer active on Facebook and thus not contributing to ad revenue and things of that nature. WhatsApp, well, again, that one is also very difficult because it's become a very, very prominent feature for communication, almost as prominent as the cell phone itself. But then you go into things like Amazon, okay? Amazon is an indulgence. And the reason that I say this is because Walmart, Target, all these other stores have basically, access to the same products. Not all, but most. But it's more convenient to simply order something from home, and Amazon with Amazon Prime and all that stuff makes things very convenient. However, that's money in Bezos's pocket. Okay? So the best way to adapt with that is if you got Amazon Prime, delete it. Get rid of it. Okay? Wait. If you're going to order something, wait. Don't actually order it on Amazon. Use Amazon as a tool to find something you like, look up the vendor, and buy it directly from them. Sometimes you'll actually get discounts that way. Sometimes it'll actually be cheaper because you're buying it directly from the retailer, not through Amazon, so there's no upcharge for them. Okay? And it's a way to kind of stick it to Bezos a little bit. But you're going to have to wait. Okay. Go to a competitor. Go to Timo. Go to Temu. Or, I don't think Alibaba is accessible around here. But, you know what I'm talking about. Other competitors, go to them. Buy from them. In the case of, Tesla, of course, if you've got a Tesla, you want and you don't want to be harassed, and you're sorry that you bought it, well, put it on the market, sell it, get rid of it. I understand there are some contracts that were involved in signing it. Well, I mean, that should have been your first red flag that was not something to get. But if you're at least out of that contract, sell it, get rid of it, move on. And the reason being is you need to be persistent in the boycott, because we're talking about billionaires. We're talking about people with large, deep pockets. But you can hurt them. They can eventually feel the pain. And the reason being is while they may be worth $1 billion on paper, they might not be $1 billion in life, meaning they're often counted for their investments. Okay, their total net worth is what they are, thought of as making them billionaires. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of that is wrapped up in investments. It's wrapped up in companies. It's wrapped up in material things. And oftentimes the things that they do to support their lifestyle and whatnot is getting loans, buying things through credit. Oftentimes, in order for them to honestly pay less in taxes, they don't depend on the total investment amount they've got. They'll oftentimes pay installments on loans and things of that nature with their dividends from their existing investments. Okay, but if you hit at them and you start hitting at their product, bringing down the value of that stock, then there's less dividends. They get less money, which means less they have available to pay on those installments for those loans, those credit cards. The more interest that they start racking up when they aren't able to pay, the full amount or larger amounts, or even defaulting on those loans or those credit card payments. So over time, it can hurt them. You just have to be persistent. Anyway, it's just an opinion. Have a good evening. Stay safe. Just like assholes, everyone has an opinion, especially this one. Take care.